In such a slow moving industry like insurance and a rapidly growing AI boom that is going on right now, how can we make sure that we use this tool to our advantage to be able to generate more business, more customers, more policy sales, and to be able to effectively work faster, not spend so much on our lead generation, and build marketing campaigns that leave an imprint on our users? So exactly in today's video, I'm going to show you 2 tools that you can use for a AI solution to be able to make campaigns faster, to be able to generate campaigns quicker, and take your idea to effectively lead generation campaign in the quickest way possible. Now, if you don't do this, you are going to continue to brainstorm ideas, take ages with designers, spend hours in website design trying to find something that works, and the chances are what you're going to have is a subpar product. And when you're competing against the likes of people that are using these tools, you are always one step behind. Quick introduction, my name is Brandon. I own a business called Grow My Insurance. We're a marketing agency helping insurance companies with lead generation, generating more policy sales at massive scale. And we use tools like this so we can work quicker, stay ahead of the curve, and help our clients make more money. So who this video is for: if you're currently buying leads right now, let's say you're spending 3, 5, 10, 30, 50,000 a month on generating new business, either this is in marketing campaigns or you're buying leads from third parties, this is going to be ideal for you. Or if you are thinking about jumping into some form of paid traffic, wanting to generate customers coming to you, but you're not sure how to structure these campaigns correctly to be able to compete against the massive ocean of other people in the space, then this video is going to be perfect for you. So that being said, 2 tools that we can use to be able to fast track our lead generation and take our ideas to campaigns a lot quicker. Let's jump straight in. So for the purpose of this video and this example, we're going to create a hypothetical campaign for a people's first new car insurance brand. And this is going to be for the average city liver. It's going to be for benefit first driven, to help out people who live in the cities to be able to actually accommodate through benefit driven car insurance. Okay, so this is just a hypothetical idea, but this would work the same for life insurance products, health insurance, travel insurance, commercial, non-standard home, for traditional home insurance, for any form of commercial fleet, B2B and B2C product. The ideas and the processes that we're going to take you through in this example is going to be the same regardless. This is the same method that we're currently using to generate over 6,000 inbound leads per month across our clients, which is done through protection, income, life insurance, income protection, home insurance, travel insurance, you name it, commercial. Pretty much we've done the whole lot, and this is the same processes that we're using. But just for the example, so we can showcase you how this works, this is just going to be for a hypothetical car insurance company. So the first thing we want to do is find some inspiration. So what we're just going to do for the sake of this is we're going to just see some of Nike's campaigns. Okay, so we just want to see Nike marketing campaigns. We want to get some ideas for the AI to use effectively. Okay, so some of the ones that I really like the look of, we're just going to download some of the ones. So we're just going to download, save as, and we're just going to stick them in the downloads. Some of the ones that we like the look of. Okay. So we're just going to grab a wide range of ones that jump out to us, ones that maybe that we like, things like this. Nike always traditionally has that less feature driven, but more, connecting emotionally with the sports person, right? It's their campaigns are everywhere, and I think that everybody understands this brand. So what we're going to do is just collect some of the ones that we like. You can do this with Nike, you can do this with any type of brand that you like their campaigns. You just really want to get a feel for some of their examples, download those so you have access to them. Now, the first tool we're going to use is going to be Google Gemini 2.5 Flash. This is named as AI banana or NI banana or something like that, right? Whatever it's called, we want to go, and you just want to go to gemini.google.com. You want to load up the normal place that you would write in prompts. So first thing you want to do is go over to tools, and then as you can see, it says create images. There's a little banana icon next to it at the time as we're writing. What do we want to do here? more magical images with enhanced image editing. No, that's fine. We just avoid that. Okay, so the first prompt that I'm going to add in is just going to be this one here. So I've pre-written these out, but you just want to type this in. So the example that I've put here is using the examples and idea as reference to work. Design me an image for a modern people's first car insurance brand for the average city goer. We want to communicate ease of use, discount driven incentives, and a cut above the normal online way of doing business. And then I've just put make me an image Facebook ad for this, giving only the images as a response. Okay, what we want to do here as well, just above, the first part of this is very important that you put into AI. So I've put act as if you're a world-class modern designer, working on the biggest campaigns for Nike and huge influential brands. It's really important. Just before we do that, we want to then go into upload files, and we just want to go into our downloads, and then we just want to grab those images that we copied earlier and the ones that we saved, and we just want to submit this over. So this will take a second. So there's two parts of this. You can take these images and just run with these. Okay, so these are going to be things that you can use across social media. These are going to be things that you can use across Facebook ads, or you can use these as inspiration to have one of your designers or one of the people internally to work on these. You can use things like Photoshop, Canva. You can take the ideas from what is generated here and then go away and maybe change things yourself. Okay, so as you can see, this is the first one that's come up. Okay, so it's save up to 40%. The spelling's not perfect on there. City drivers, smart saves, a nice little protection icon, the people's car insurance. Okay, and as you can see, it's more of an urban city liver. This is going to be a little call to action, get your deal now. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. I think this is amazing. So what we could do is then we just want to really download that. So just save that. And if there's anything specifically we want to do, so we could go, okay, so make me another one. This time being more dramatic on the text like Nike. Okay, and then what we want to do is maybe just upload a little reference for that as well. So we could do something like this. And as you can see, it brings back something that's maybe a little bit more dramatic. You've got Urban Shield Insurance. Now, what you can do here is you can upload your logos. You can add maybe some slogans of things that you use yourself. Or if this is just idea generation to start something off the ground, you can do it the same way as what we've done here. Okay, so you can also play around with the tools. You can get different formatting sizes. You can give more other examples. You can tell it the words to use. Just for the purpose of this is just a idea generation. So what we're going to do is then download these. So this can be a bunch of different campaigns, right? So we could use something like this. We could then actually give out specific cars. So if you want to add in some examples of maybe the cars or the people within the brand, or there's certain mascots that you've got, you can add and upload a lot of this. And AI Banana and the AI I can't say that without smiling for some reason. The AI tool was really good to be able to do these idea generation, these images. So once we've got a few, we've had a little play around, we can basically say give us another example totally different. Okay, and as you can see here, this is a slightly different style of campaign, a slightly different thing that is going to be from above, but it definitely gives us a totally different example. And then, what we'd do something like this is maybe recreate this, add some text over the top, some strong call to actions, and maybe some benefit driven bullet points on there. So typically in the agency that we run, we would take ideas like this as just some idea generation. We would use some slightly different prompts to be able to just get a wide range of different styles of content. And then when we go over into our idea creation, and we've got internal content designers that actually build these a little bit more custom to the client and the type of individual they're working with and the product. But we're using this a lot of the time to be able to just play around with some ideas and allow those creative juices to flow. If you spend enough time on there, you can actually get some really good pieces of content off this. But obviously this is just a handful of prompts that I've chucked in there. But once we've got those, we've saved those over into our desktop. We then want to go into building a lead generation website. Okay, so we have these campaigns that, let's just say we're going to use these across Facebook ads. The next thing we want to do is actually create a landing page, right? And create a page that we can use to be able to promote this, call it a website, somewhere that we can send this traffic to start collecting their details, to contact, quote online, in the call center, however we're going to deal with it. So the next tool that we're going to use is lovable.dev. So lovable.dev is a vibe coding website, and it is extremely good at taking ideas into usable apps and websites. So the next prompt that we're going to use here is one that I created. So this is going to be a landing page prompt. Now I've already done all of the copywriting for this landing page using, just some examples. But effectively, what we'd chuck in here is this: is design me a high converting landing page for a modern people's first car insurance brand for the average city goer, inspired by a Nike enthusiast content style. I've attached an example of one of our ads. Okay. We also want to communicate ease of use, discount driven incentives, and a cut above the normal online way of doing business. Use this context as paid. So what I've gone ahead and done is actually written out all of the content that will be on the page, and you can use other AI tools like ChatGPT for this, or you can write it out yourself or have a blend of the mixture. So what we've gone ahead and done here is use strong headlines, we've used some sub headlines, we've used some benefits that we want to add in here, we've custom some reviews, we've done some before, some afters, how to use us, just to give the lovable.dev some sort of context. Before going ahead with this prompt, we want to attach some of our ads. So these are going to be the ads that we downloaded and created within Gemini before. So these would effectively, what you'd add here is the ads that you're wanting to push. So it's the whole design, right? So it's less about here the specific campaigns that we're actually running, but it's more about the style and the aesthetic that we want to go down in the direction of either the lead generation campaign that we're designing, or maybe a route that we want to take it. So we've just come back, the code has been implemented, and Lovable has designed us the first draft of our landing page. And look at this. I mean, it's amazing how this comes back. So this is a landing page that we could now use in connection with our ads about our city smart drivers, using some of the inspiration from, say, Nike campaigns. We're able to run these campaigns, we're able to pay for people to be actors in UGC, we're able to use AI video, and there's so much stuff that we can do to maybe generate and push some of that traffic. We can use stuff like we do in the agency here for our clients across Google Ads to actually send this traffic over to this page. And as you can see, this is a people's first car insurance for city life. Okay. Great call to actions. Again, there's no branding here, so there's no logos we've added or correct telephone numbers. But as you can see, a smarter way to ensure your everyday drives. Fast quotes, real help from humans, and rewards that make city living cheaper. Great call to actions. 60-second quote times, 40% average savings, 24/7 claim support. As you can see, this is just one version trusted by drivers like you. As you can see, there's great discounts, no jargon, more than a comparison site, built for busy people, discount first pricing, and this is just basically from a very small prompt. So how would you actually use this in real life? Well, you use this as inspiration. You could either just copy this straight off the bat, have a designer create this, you can publish this and export it over into your website, or if you've got a full-time, or if you've got a designer like us, so we have a full-time internal web designer and also a landing page creation CRO expert that would effectively pull off a lot of these details and create maybe their own versions, use some of this as inspiration, or in this case, to be honest, if it was something we had to get out quite quick, we could just use this. Again, we've already written all this content out, so we already know exactly what we wanted to say. We just want to have and look for some inspiration. So what we can do is we can pull along this, and then within a very short period of time, we can have a successful campaign running. So where and why would you use this? You'd use this for idea creation. You'd use this to be able to get things up and running quite quickly, and you use this instead of bouncing around ideas and trying to communicate something without visually sharing it to someone. Why you'd use this is because it can be done faster, it can be done quicker, and using AI, you can allow those creative juices to flow, and you can allow effectively think about it as writer's block, right? You know, when you first start something, you're not quite sure the direction that you want to take it, and once you start using tools like this, you can quickly see the direction of how and where you'd like to take it. So that's exactly how we would use things like Gemini, how we would use things like Lovable.dev to be able to speed up our lead generation campaigns, to make something faster. Again, this landing page isn't ideal for conversion. There's definitely some things we would add to this. There's definitely things that we would add within the user flow as well, just to make it a little bit more responsive. We'd make it probably have stronger call to actions. There'd be things that I would change on here that would increase our probability that we would get people to go through it. But as a complete first scratch, you know, first prompt off the rip, to be honest, like, yeah, it's really, really good. I mean, there's a lot of insurance websites that don't look anywhere near as good as this. So if you found this valuable, please leave some comments, give it a go. You want to use some prompts, have a go with Gemini, have a go with Lovable.dev, and use this towards your next lead generation campaign or idea creation for your insurance company. If you're interested in working with us and having things like lead generation campaigns built out, and have a scalable acquisition system that can deliver qualified leads, qualified policy sales to you direct, whether that's by online call centers. We're doing this for life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, van insurance, home insurance, you name it. Specialist home, non-standard, like literally enough everything. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's going to be the first link in the descriptions, and you can find my website as well as LinkedIn on there. Thanks again for watching. Do all that good YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, and if you find it valuable, leave us a comment as well. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.